Lawin Media Network,
bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with Lawin Media Network.
Good evening, Texas. Good morning, Philippines. Welcome to PACCTX Connect. This is the monthly podcast of the Filipino-American Chamber of Commerce of Texas. And this is brought to you by Lawin Media Network. We are live every first Wednesday of the month. That's going to be 8 p.m. Central Time. So if you're in the Philippines, this is already Thursday, your time, 9 a.m. there in the Philippines. We are broadcasting live here in the state of Texas. And if you are not following yet our Facebook page and YouTube channel, you better follow us now because you will get a notification if we have a live show, not just as the Chamber of Commerce, but also Lawin Media Network. And all our live shows becomes recorded and available for you to rewatch later on via the YouTube channel of the Filipino-American Chamber of Commerce of Texas and Lawin Media Network. All right, so this month we have a special topic to talk about because this month we are celebrating something special. And this something special is our Asian American Pacific Islander Month. So what do we know about this celebration? Well, according to everytexan.org, Asian and Pacific Islanders have lived in Texas for about 150 plus years already. And AAPI Texans history reflects globalization, state labor, immigration policy, name it, because we're here, we're existing. Now, they said that Chinese arrived in 1870 and Japanese in 1890. But of course, there were some laws that shaped the movement, the immigration of the Asian Americans here in the state, in Texas, and also in the United States. If you remember the Chinese Exclusion Act, the Japanese internment, and alien land laws, all of those affect the movement of the Asian American community here. But also, according to Texas Tribune, and I just want to share this with you because we're celebrating AAPI this month, in 2025, did you know the Asian population in Texas is estimated at roughly 1.9 to 2 million residents? And they make up actually about 5% to 6% of the state's total population. So marami-rami naman tayo dito. Of course, representing the state's fastest growing demographic group by percentage. Now, they said that Texas has the largest Asian American population in the United States. Actually, no, not the largest, the third largest. Pangatlo tayo sa California and New York. And sabi nila, according to the to research, the Asian Americans are concentrated in urban areas such as Harris County here in Houston, Dallas County, there's the Greater Dallas, Fort Worth area, and Travis County in Austin. That's according to World Population Review. And sabi rin nila, Dallas, Fort Worth now, that area, Arlington, have the largest numerical growth of the Asian American population of any U.S. metro area. And Austin naman ang the fastest growing numbers. Diyan, Austin area, Round Rock, San Marcos metro area, in from 2022 to 2023. Okay, so that's it's just some facts about Asian Americans or AAPI, basically here in the state of Texas. But did you also know that um, among the AAPI, pangatlo ang Filipinos in terms of population? So that's interesting, right? So, okay, now let's get into our discussion tonight. But before we bring in our community leaders, because in a few minutes we will be joined by our chamber leaders from our 5 regional chapters. We have the Dallas Fort Worth, Greater Dallas Fort Worth region, Greater Houston region, Rio Grande Valley, Greater San Antonio, and Greater Austin. So, um, we already probably met some of them, but tonight we have some new guests who will join us. So I'm excited to learn more about them. I just want to let you know that how we do it here in the podcast is we ask them a question, and based on their question, we're gonna learn more about them. So that's what we're gonna do for our first part of the show. All right, so let's start with malungkot dito. So I'm going to start calling them now. I want to call in the region chair of Greater Dallas Fort Worth to join me here. Come on, Rob. Come join me here on the show.
Hi, Aline. Hello, everyone.
Okay, Rob, I need to see you there. Okay, yun.
Okay, there you go.
Patanlit nating dalawa.
Oo nga eh.
Yan. There you go.
Hello, everyone. Good to
Hi,
see
Rob.
all of you.
So, may question ako sa iyo, Rob. You know, I talk all about this facts about AAPI and all that. Of course, we belong to that group of people here in the state of Texas. So the fiery question that I'd like to ask you, by the way, Rob is pangilan beses ka nang dito guest, Rob? Parang every month, Suki na si Rob.
Every other siguro.
Every other naman. Okay. All right. So Rob, the question is, what aspect of Philippine culture do you find most helpful and least helpful in your business or industry? Tell us first, what do you do? What's your business, Rob?
I do virtual assistants or Filipinos in the Philippines who are professionals and who support especially small businesses over here, medical and non-medical.
All right, so let's see what's your most helpful and least helpful culture, Filipino culture, sa business mo.
One thing I say the most helpful is this, then one word, pagmamalasakit, which is caring. Filipinos see work and not just work, but everything. The lens, the Filipino lens, in my opinion, is, at least my observation, is it's about relationship. You go to work, you look about seeing the people around you, and you want to establish relationships. We value relationships, and it reflects in so many aspects of what we're doing, including work. So in work, it's when we have people working, they want to establish relationship with their boss, with their employer, with their customer, and it's all about smile, joking around. So the good thing about that is that one thing I've noticed in the Philippines, after 5 people still stay around, either they continue working without, they don't expect anything, and then they interact. They do spend time to interact with those that they work with, and they're more relaxed after. So, but it's because they do care. So pagmamalasakit is good because they take care of what they're doing. And then in terms of course, the other side of the coin is that is they can be because they're relationship oriented, then they can be quite sensitive as well. So, but with maturity, that those things get more under control. I lost your voice.
Ako pala yun, no? Hindi narinig.
Okay, there you go.
Siya pagmamalasakit, caring is always there. And I think that it plays a big part in terms of showing empathy. It's very powerful, ang empathy. You're capable of that. Do you know that not everybody's capable of empathizing?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's ask naman our entrepreneur, business owner, representative from RGV. Let's bring in Joy. Joy, before you
Hello.
answer the question, Joy, tell us
Mhm.
what do you do, Joy?
Yes, so hello everyone. Kumusta sa lahat? I am actually a nurse, a registered nurse, as well as a lawyer, but I also do insurance. So I am an insurance agent as well. And right now I am an educator. I am a teacher or in a college, South Texas College right now, teaching the patient care tech program. Yeah.
Oh, wow, Joy. That's a lot of hats that you wear.
Yes,
So
yes,
how
yes,
did
yes.
or what did you find most helpful or least helpful na Philippine culture in terms of your mamili ka na lang kung anong
Okay.
industry or profession.
Yes. So to me I find it really helpful, the beautiful tradition of ours, the bayanihan. So I know it's a big tradition in our country, but this tradition where we naturally support each other, especially those who are in need, and we just try to help. We're just innately helpful, and it's not for money as well. It's just selfless. If I can help you, let me know. If I can carry your house, we will carry it all together. So I think in business this is very valuable because it promotes teamwork, so and also the trust, so it becomes valuable, and the unity that comes with it makes us a stronger organization. Even the PACC, actually, I'm always amazed on how you guys, this is volunteer program. I mean, we don't get paid, and yet you all put, this is my first years, but this is my first year, but I'm just in awe on how much work you put in into this, and not just, not just the RGB, but the whole state, actually the whole state of Texas. So, and that's without money, we're not being paid, but so that was, it's really awesome. So it promotes unity for a stronger organization, stronger community, Filipino community, Filipino-American community. Yeah.
Yes, so bayanihan, right?
Yes. And the least one is the crab mentality. Although this is not always, but I still see it every now and then. So there's still occasional times when you see someone that, hey, I think this person is getting ahead already. So they kind of get. Sometimes we do have that jealousy or criticism, or we want to pull down others when they're becoming successful. So I think this is not good, or the least favorite, least helpful, because it can discourage innovation. It can discourage growth as a business person. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
so why can we not just be ants, 'di ba?
That's right. To
Instead
uplift
of
others.
crabs.
Yeah. Mhm. To
Exactly.
promote
I
each
love to
other.
see the
Yes.
videos, this YouTube videos of ants, working together, making a bridge so that all can cross the other side, right? So why can we
Yes.
not like that? Be like that? But
Yeah.
who knows? Some
That's
are
true.
already doing
Yes.
it like that, right?
Yes, yes,
We just
yes.
need to influence
Just
them
there's just
more.
that occasional times when there's
That's
crab
right.
mentality. But I think we're changing. Changing.
Okay, well then I will also ask the next guest. She is representing or coming from our fourth region, which is the Greater San Antonio. Let's bring in Krista. Hi, Krista,
Hi, everyone. Good evening and good morning if you are in the Philippines.
and tell
Hello.
us what do you do, Krista?
Yes, I'm an Army veteran, and when I got out of the military, gosh, I went into fitness. I'm still passionate about fitness, and that's how I got into the insurance industry. It's crazy, like how fitness relates to insurance. But I own a general agency. We focus on life, health insurance, Medicare. So we
Mm,
service 8 states, and I I go between Texas and California. So I'm
oh.
very familiar with those two states when it
Do you
comes to
travel? Does it include
a
travel as well?
lot. I
A
do.
lot.
Yes,
Okay. Well, because
ma'am.
some people they do it virtually, no. So
Right, 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 right.
Yeah. Okay. So, Chris, tell us the what aspect of Philippine culture do you find most helpful and least helpful in your business?
Yeah, so the other two panelists nailed them very well. So relating to Rob, the right Rob, right? So the
Yes.
malasakit, you're right, you're spot on. And then the crab mentality, spot on as well. But one of the things that I would probably add is just honing on the relationship aspect. So with the Medicare, oh my gosh, you know how like the elderly, right? So I work with a lot of Filipino senior clients. One thing I noticed is the moment I start talking in our language, they like it. It's kind of like the walls are broken down. So even if we're here in the United States, I don't forget about the Tagalog language. I was born and raised in the Philippines, right? Came here to the US when I was 20. So it really helps with that bilingual language. So I don't hide that. Who cares if I have an accent or not? A lot of people are ashamed of it. I'm not. I own it, you know. It matches with the energy of the people that I work with. So and somehow like parang nabibridge yung gap eh. Gusto ng mga matatanda and we can communicate. They're very comfortable.
Yeah.
So the least as the what is it? The least helpful naman is yeah, I really like the crab mentality, but she honed in on that. But for me, when it comes to insurance, they have that bahala na mentality. So they will delay, some of the things that should be taken action on. So while it often relates to resilience, faith, and optimism during difficult situations, it's kind of like they're delaying these things, which are, I would say very important. So that thing of figuring out eventually, sometimes, it's not good. So in my industry, I really have to, look for that middle ground where I can, let them know, hey, you need to take action on this while not delaying it. So it's still kind of tricky, but, we're getting there.
Yes, we're getting there. We are getting educated. The old population
Absolutely.
is also getting educated. So, we'll own that because we're
Yes.
getting there. All right. Well, thank you, Chris. And now I'd like to call in Chris from Greater Austin. This time, our fifth region to join us. Hi, Chris.
Hello, everyone.
Tell us, what do you do, Chris? Share it.
Okay, so I am a massage therapist. I own my own business and I am located here in Cedar Park. And I also teach massage therapy, specializing lymphatic drainage. So that's it.
Okay, well, in your business, in your industry, so what aspect of Philippine culture do you find most and least helpful?
So I think for me, I have to pick hospitality because we win in that part. We Filipinos, we are very hospitable, and then in fact, a lot of even other countries, they always tell that Filipinos are very hospitable, kind, and all this, and especially when they go to Philippines, that is the most beautiful traits that that other people recognize us. And for my business, that is important to me because I see different people every day. And being to show that to them, it's kind of like it's it's delivering trust to clients is very important because if you cannot connect to people and then you lose that business. So we only given one opportunity and in only a split of seconds. And hospitality is a great trait for that for us Filipinos.
Yeah, well, actually, bedside manners really do matter a lot.
Mhm.
For me, whenever I look for a doctor or whatever service, I look into the bedside manner all the time. If it's not good, I'm not coming back because you didn't feel good, right? So yeah, it makes sense, and that's where Filipino culture comes in about hospitality, pagmamalasakit, all of that
Mm-hmm.
caring, right? So, well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for sharing all your least and most helpful Filipino trait in your industry. Now, for our live audience right now, if you have any questions to any of our panelists, feel free to post that comment or question and we'll read them during the live show. And who knows? Also, you have the most interesting questions. So, own it, post it. Okay. We'll take a short break. And when we come back, we're going to ask important questions to our panelists related to our topic for today, which is Asian American Pacific Islander month of May. So stick around and we'll see you in a bit. And we are back here at PACC Texas Connect TX Connect, our monthly podcast and live stream brought to you by Lawin Media Network. So, thank you so much for all those interesting answers. Now, let's dive into these interesting questions that we are going to ask our panelists. And for the first question, I'm going to call in Rob to answer this question. So, Rob has a business of providing, supplying virtual assistants to businesses. So, this question is for you, Rob. What role does cultural identity play in your brand, products, or services? Go ahead, Rob.
Okay, for cultural identity, it's what do we associate with Filipinos? What's a Filipino? And some say somebody who looks Asian with a Spanish last name. That's a Filipino. And putting that together, it's the identity will be associated with being, let's say, passionate, empathetic, smiling, respectful, part of what the association with Filipino worker, associated with working hard, associated with, especially in the Philippines, it's American English. And they tend to be associated. In the Philippines, you go around to a
Mm-hmm.
lot of young people, and in the Philippines, the mean age is about 26 years old. That means half the population's younger to 26, the other half is older. So putting that together in terms of the services that, let's say, my company provides, is that you'll have virtual assistants who, number one, they really care, um, and based on, say, the virtual assistants are Filipino. Generally, people that I get to talk to associate that quite positively. And I guess they think these people can be respectful, can be caring, want to work, and then they tend to be quite fluent in English. So that association comes to mind. It's very helpful. And yes, that cultural identity is actually a big plus in terms of virtual assistants. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, cultural identity, especially nowadays. Most of the, do you have a specific like? You said the median is 26, so most of the virtual assistants are in that um, age group, or do you also have older population, older age group that is in the virtual assistant business also or
Oh yeah,
industry?
it ranges from college graduates to people in their 50s, and
Oh,
there's you can be in your 60s as well. and that's where, there's always a balance of dynamism and maturity, and at the same time certain roles where a lot of decisions have been made, maturity would play a very big part.
Yeah.
And the other thing is as well is, one thing about that age is that they tend to be quite technical as well, computers, so that
I
helps.
know technical, right? Technology. It's developing so fast. We have to make sure that we can ride along with it. Otherwise, mapag-iwanan. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Yeah. Mhm.
and the people are adaptable, so regardless of age, if you want to, you can adapt, and we, if you really care, people want to, and they want to learn new things.
That's a Filipino trait, adaptable. We can survive. We're resilient. Saan man tayo mapunta, we will
Yeah,
thrive.
that resilient, surprisingly resilient.
Yes. Well, thank you, Rob, for sharing that your answer. Very, I think it's um, tamang-tama sa business mo because you have your manpower mostly are coming from the Philippines, so they bring in so much culture sa business. I mean,
Yeah,
sa trabaho nila.
it,
That's
it,
right.
really- it really helps.
Yes. Okay. Well, now my next question naman, my next Miss Universe question is for Joy, and this is for Joy. Ito bang wait, I think that's
Oh, pang Miss Universe pala 'to, ah. Hindi ba
oo,
pang
oo.
Binibining Pilipinas?
Nalasan na ba si Joy? Ayan, Joyce, this is for you. So, how can, Joyce, ikaw madami kang industry, madami kang professions, you have a lot of services that you're providing, a variety of it. So, how can other business owners be better allies to AAPI owned business just like yours
Mhm.
during this month of May, the AAPI Heritage Month, and of course, not just this month of May, but year round?
Yeah. And you're right. It's not just this month, but it's nice that we have an AAPI to focus on this. But I think it is a year-round thing, that if we can support each other, the AAPI businesses, the Filipino businesses, it would be a beautiful world. And I believe that one of the best ways to support each other is to promote, like, word of mouth. Sometimes we don't need advertisement as much as, since we actually, we Filipinos are, we like to chismis. Yeah, no, not chismis, but we like to talk to each other. We it
Very
is
social.
we are very sociable, and also, we kind of trust each other's opinions. So if one person would say, hey, you know what, um, this business is really good, and I've been to this one and she really helped me, and that happened to me. Like, I didn't even know them, and then they're calling me, and then they said that, oh, it's because, one person you helped, for example, Armin or something like that, and that one, I didn't ask him to promote me, but yet he promoted me, he supported me, so that I appreciate. So I think if we can do that, not just for me, but for each and every one of us, that would be great. Also, not just promoting, but going to them, like, supporting them. If, for example, one has a clinic, I go to that clinic as well, not just because I can talk Tagalog with her, but because I know that she is really good. Dr. Arlene, for example. So my daughter, we go to her because I know that I can trust her, with the health of my daughter. So I think, doing that would really, encourage the growth of our businesses. And also, I like, what they said a while ago, that we need to embrace our culture. We don't need to, like, become and follow the mainstream American. We are Filipino Americans. We're not just Filipinos. We're not just Americans. We are Filipino Americans, and we should be proud of it. Yeah.
That's right. And here's the thing about that. We need to know our community. So, and not just knowing it, but we also should actually go there and experience it. Kasi if the service is excellent, pagbigay naman tayo ng magandang Google review, 'di ba?
Right? Yeah.
Or word of mouth, yan. Kung if you are socializing, networking, pag may nagtanong sa'yo, we refer them to the businesses that we know that can provide excellent products or services themselves. So yes, tama ka dyan, Joy.
We have our own mafia, the Filipino mafia.
The
Quote
Philippine
unquote.
mafia, oo, tama yan. Oh, ngayon, this next question is also very interesting because aside from the culture of Marites, which means we talk a lot, we love to talk a lot about things in life, about the community, about people, 'di ba? Hearing stories, ganyan. This question is for Krista. So, Krista, my question for you is, you travel a lot, so let's see how you're gonna answer this one. Are there specific traditions or stories or values from your culture, from our culture, from Philippine culture, that you bring into your workplace, your travel, or customer experience? And then if you can share at least one.
Yeah, good question. This one definitely hits home kasi growing up, I was so close to my parental grandparents. And so we would go over to their house and my sister and I would play the piano. And so early on, my sister and I were taught to do the manopo, like the bless, right? So that gesture, I still have it to this day. Parang nasa sa loob ko na siya, you know? And then it's just funny kasi sometimes if I have, was most of my clients are Medicare age, so when you go meet with them, I would do the manopo or bless, and some of them are gonna be like, why do you do this? Why do you know this? So nagugulat sila, you know? So I'm like, that's just how I was born and raised with, you know? So in a way, we're kind of like bridging the gap. So even if we're in the United States, I still have that Filipino trait in me. So it sets me apart, you know, from other people. It's like some people, the moment they step into the United States, parang nawala na yung identity. But I still, you know, hone into that. So I embrace it because the right people, the right customer will come to me, you know. So I don't change myself for anybody. So I just try to be authentic as much as possible, right? And the right customer will come. So I don't really worry about that. So, and then the other one is, I know it was already talked about earlier, yung malasakit, right? So it's when we genuinely care for people beyond just completing a transaction. So with the insurance, it's very transactional, but it's different when it's, you know, health insurance, life insurance, right? Kasi parang nakataya dun yung finances nila. So in my line of work, many clients come to me overwhelmed and confused, diba? So I try to treat every client as though they are my parents. Kasi if my parents are, you know, seeking the same type of service, I expect that person to give them the same treatment, hopefully, diba? So there's just the sense of responsibility and care, and that is something that is rooted in me and in our culture.
My question, a follow-up question ako sa Krista.
Yeah.
So if they're not AAPI, member of that community, how do they receive, the cultured aspect of the service?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I still have the firm handshake, and oh my gosh, I'm very, I don't know, like touchy feely. Some people don't like it, like side hug or whatever. So, my gosh. So that's just me, right? So, but there are people you can read naman from their body language, if they are kind of like they don't want that or not. So you have to read the room too, diba? So, but regardless, the level of service is there. So I communicate a lot. I'm just one of those people. I don't want to leave like a detail that's I don't want them to feel confused, basically. So for example, if I'm teaching Medicare, I break it down in a way that a fifth grader will understand. So it's like that, so, and they like it, they appreciate it.
They understand it. You make it
Yes, yes.
easier.
But yeah, but no mano po for the non-Filipinos,
Actually, that's interesting. Magandang segue yan sa question ko kay Chris. Because my question for Chris is, um, kasi di ba may culture tayo, just like what Chris was sharing earlier about um, touchy siya. Not everybody is like that, right? So, did you ever feel pressure to hide or downplay your cultural identity in your professional settings? Yung sa business mo, you have a massage business. Yun naman, touchy sa'yo talaga, you have to touch, right? But I'm talking in general. So, and how did you handle that?
Well, I never really have pressure anything like that. I never, because I'm proud to be Filipino. Yeah, actually, every time my clients come, they always say, where you came from. It's like, oh, I'm from the Philippines. And then I tell them, it's like, oh, Filipinos are very fluent in English. If you compare other Filipinos to other countries, hey, we can talk and we can speak like really, really good. That's why there's a lot of virtual assistants that are Filipinos, because we do understand them from the other line. So I did not really need to hide anything. I'm not pressured. What really limit me though is I am usually kind of timid at first. So parang mahiyain. So
Mm-hmm.
and that is kind of like a downfall. I'm not trying to blame my parents, but the olden days, I don't know now, but the olden days, parents always say, don't talk, go hide there because you are not, this is not for you. This is just for adults, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So
True.
that teaching, it's kind of like affect kids now that they grown. It's kind of like hurting, you know. So I have to really like remind myself, like, hey, you need to get your voice heard, these people, because if you don't, you will not exist and they will not know you. And as a business owner, I need to expose myself out there so people know what I'm doing. So I
Yeah.
think that part is the one that's why right now my son, I always tell my son, you have a voice, you can talk, if as long as you do not disrespect others, you are free to talk and have your voice heard. So I think
Yeah.
that's it.
Chris, it's interesting because you now look at you. You're not timid at all. I don't see anything, anything even close to that, right? So that means, aside from the fact that we have that cultural identity in us, in general, timid, but we tend to adapt to our environment so we can not just survive, but also thrive. Look at you. Diba? You're a perfect example of that. Now,
Yeah.
I have here Jay. So let's see if we can put in Jay, and so we can ask the burning question to Jay. Let's see if I can.
Oh,
There you go,
can you hear
Jay.
me?
Yes, hold on. Let me see if I can. There you go. Are you inside your car, Jay?
Yes, I'm really sorry. I have to pick up my parents.
Oh, there you go. That's actually part of the culture. We take
Yes, it's
care of
really
our
part of the
parents,
culture.
right? Yes,
Yeah, we
yes.
cannot. Uh-huh.
But we're happy that you're able to join us. Are you being safe because you're in your car?
Yes, I'm safe. I'm using my Bluetooth to listen to you guys. I'm okay.
Okay. Then you're not driving, you're parked, right?
I'm driving a
Oh no.
self-driving Tesla.
Oh, okay. So let the car drive. And I'm very particular with that because in my practice, sa court, when we're representing client, we are not now just because it's not safe. We are not allowed to appear in court when we are inside the car, even if the car is not driving, it's not moving, right? Or the witnesses are also not allowed. But make sure that you're safe and make sure that Tesla is working at its best.
Indeed, I guess. I guess so.
Okay. So then I will have to ask you this question, Jay.
Okay.
This is for you. My question for you is: what unique challenges have you faced as an
Mm.
AAPI entrepreneur. But before you answer this, tell us first what is your business, and tell us your unique challenges and how you overcome them. Go ahead, Jay.
All right. We have home health and hospices. Challenge-wise, it's very competitive. The market, you just abide by the rules of the Medicare, um, the government, the requirements. Um, but what happened was it's really tricky the first time we did the business. Especially we get into Filipino partnership in some point, and
Mhm.
we learn a lot so much about it. It's really hard to partner with Filipinos because everybody wants to get the big piece of the pie in some point, and there's a lot of issues in our culture really. We still have the mindset. The scarcity mindset I'm talking about as well in my church. And those are the issues that we number one is the culture, the partnership. Right now, we have partners, but it's multicultural. It's not really Filipinos, just me and my wife. I thank God we surpassed that era of our life. It's, in a lot of ways. And
Yeah, there's
uh,
always the
cha-
good points, a good side
there's
to
always
it,
a good
right?
point and a good side of it, and we thank God for that. That's one way or the other. Especially we're the second generation of Filipinos down here. Um, it's really not. It's how I call that. The challenge is always every day. Actually, it's
Of
not
course.
really like you already got it right or whatsoever. No, it's not. Marketing wise, it's that's the one that you really need to boast. Everywhere we go, especially you have practitioners, doctors, especially Filipino doctors. Oh God, it's like they're gonna if they give you one patient and it's like every time they want to have a lunch or dinner or something like that, they always ask you, would you mind to send us this? It's culture. It's really culture, and it's fine. We're so kind. Filipinos are kind. We still gonna go and manage that in one way or the other.
Yeah, hey, we can only do so much, right? Okay, so I think we lost Jay there, so probably Tesla
Yeah,
is not in a
it's
good spot. Okay, go ahead, Jay. You finish it. Go ahead.
yes, and with those things, I know for sure we surpass. Aside from that, challenges as well as taxes. That's one. It's basically all of us. That's our challenges, and how we're gonna be able to secure that and able to reinvest whatever it is at the end of the year. And other than that, what else? Family needs. It's like if you have a business in America, everybody thinks, oh, not just family, even friends, even especially classmates or not
Especially
even
classmates, huh?
engagement or whatever. They see you something like that. They try to like, would you mind to donate? Would you mind to donate? No, we're not. We are kind people, and that's the culture that we have as a Filipino. And so much for that. It's like how do you call that one? It's 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 practice. That's why sometimes I don't want to be to to be online on Facebook or message a lot of times. If
You don't
you're
want to be
online,
seen that much.
you know what it means by that, right? But as I said, we're still kind. We still help,
Of course.
especially if they are in need. Especially people like they're in the hospital. But I went to the Philippines several times. Their healthcare system there is better than here in America, especially if you're old. They have plenty of like the PhilHealth now. It's really helping a lot of Filipinos if they're in the Philippines. So now we'll try to help them because in my church we started helping pastors doesn't have any life insurance or whatsoever in the Philippines, and even getting them social security. Same thing with PhilHealth, SSS, whatsoever. And we have seen there's a lot of changes now in the country,
Mhm.
and basically they can avail anything. So with regards to helping, sometimes we just rather help them how to find those ways, how to
Yeah,
network, how to
it's a
how
lot of
to
improvement now.
yes, there's a lot of
There's a lot
improvement.
of improvements. Yeah.
So those
But
are the things, especially trying to help the culture, something like that.
but I
And what
really wanted
else?
So Jay, but what I really wanted to go to from the things that you've talked about, and I wanna ask somebody from from our group here about that thing na, it's a Filipino culture that binigay mo na yung isa, they also wanted the other one. Parang ganon. I
Oh
think that's what you're
yes,
trying to say.
yes,
So,
yes, yes.
have you let's say, let's ask Chris, Chris, because Chris is in the massage business. So that does happen also in your business na they want like meron na silang free stuff, may freebie na sila, they want more freebie pa. It's a Filipino
Oh
culture, di ba?
yes, it
So,
is. It is.
yeah,
It's free.
yeah,
So
freebie, di
there's
ba?
no such thing.
I wonder kung ano yung freebie sa massage, Chris.
So,
Si Chris, go
Oh,
ahead.
maybe
so
yeah, maybe we're gonna go get some massage.
Yeah, let's hear it from Chris.
so to answer the questions, I don't wanna talk bad about our people, right? But it is true. It is parang discounted na, nanghihingi pa rin ng
The
discount.
additional discount.
So
It's a Filipino thing. So as an
so it's
entrepreneur,
really it's really lugi. But to tell you the truth, I do not have a lot of Filipino clients
oh, okay.
because in my business I sell packages, and
Oh, that's nice.
my minimum package is 1,500. So
Mm,
yeah, and but I have members Filipino. I probably like one or two, and
okay.
and also
But it's
Good
a
for
Filipino
you.
Filipinos,
culture,
they
eh?
love to
So
tell
yeah.
bad stuff about
Yeah, we shouldn't. We
Filipinos.
shouldn't. Yeah. Here naman, the reason we were talking about it is because we're talking about challenges and all that. But yeah, definitely, it's a culture that we try to. There are some good stuff and bad stuff that we just
Mhm.
need to choose the good stuff most of the time. Now, this is a proper segue na rin. So, did you know that well, according to Asia Society, that AAPI owned businesses in Texas are experiencing significant growth in 2025 last year,
Oh yeah.
particularly restaurant business. So I'm not sure if you're seeing this happening, but here in Houston, we have the restaurant AAPI Heritage Month, Restaurant Month. So that means you
Wow.
go to Asian-owned restaurants, mga ganyan. So it's important to see that people are supporting each other. But what I'm saying is we are growing in numbers. Now, I know that our chamber, we have a lot of events coming up in place. And so, we're going to pause a short break here para makainom kami ng tubig naman. It was a really good discussion. And then when we come back, we're going to share with you what's coming up in your region. So, um, don't go away. We'll be right back. All right, and we are back. Thank you for tuning in. We're still here at PACCTX Connect, our monthly live stream and podcast here at the Filipino-American Chamber of Commerce of Texas. All right. Okay, so now this is the time we want to share what's going on in our region. So I'm going to call in first Rob to share what's happening in DFW. Rob?
Well, in DFW, we have coming up soon is we have on there are two things, I guess, the ones that we're organizing, the ones that we're supporting. In terms of what we're organizing, we have on the May 20th, accounting for non-accountants. It's going to be it's going to help especially entrepreneurs who are not really accountants but to understand a little bit of the language of accountants and the way accountants look at it. So it's not just addition, subtraction, multiplication, but it's also about how accountants organize that information, and that's we hope that we can give that training. That's going to be in the 20th, and you can look at our Facebook pages and websites for more information about that. And then we have a business mixer on the 29th, May 29th, and that's where we have it every 2 months, and it's open to all. It's almost like a general assembly as well of our members. At the same time, it's an opportunity to meet each other and connect. Then the next one, owners were supporting May 9th. There's an AAPI festival, which is sponsored by AT&T and hosted by the Dallas Police Community Affairs. That's 10 to 2 at Salmons Park in Dallas. There'll be Filipino entertainment, general Asia Pacific, but there'll be a dragon dance, but there'll be tinikling as well. And then the main, oh my gosh, I should have the name. The main draw entertainer is actually a wonderful singer from the Philippines. Oh, I should have got. Her name's lost to me, but it's gonna
They
be.
can go to the website of
They can go to the
DFW
website as well.
or
And then
Facebook.
the big thing, although it's in June, it's early June, the Kalayan 2026, which is one of the biggest um,
That's right.
activities of the Filipino community here. The theme is Kalayaan, Kasaysayan, Kinabukasan, which means freedom, history, and the future. It's going to be 11 to 2 at Asia Times Square in Grand Prairie.
That's
That's
June
the
6th, right?
next one. That's June 6th, yes. I believe, Eileen, you're going to be here.
Yeah, I'll be
Perfect.
there. I already
Thank
made a promise supporting our community there. Thank you, Rob. And so, Jay, are you still here? Tell us about your upcoming speaker series. Is Jay still here with us? So anyway, the
Yes,
PACCTX
I'm
Greater
here.
Houston region. I'm showing the flyer of your speaker series. Tell us about this. You want to invite them to join this event? It's a free event, right? Jay, are you there? But anyway, you can see the flyer on the screen. It's a very good topic. This is happening this month. So if you have any question, feel free to reach out to Greater Houston region. And now I want to ask what's happening in Rio Grande Valley, Joy?
Yes, Rio Grande. Thank you for this opportunity. So, everyone, we will have an upcoming visit of the Philippine Consulate here in McAllen, which they will provide various services like passport renewal, dual citizenship applications. They also have notarials, civil registry recordings, and they also have the votation and other consular assistance.
And what is
So
this again, Joy?
this would be on May 16 and 17 at Windham Garden McAllen Hotel.
All
So
right. So
please come.
if you need to renew your passport, go to McAllen if you're in that area.
Yes.
And this Pamana Joy, you
And
wanna
this one is a
invite
Pamana
them?
Heritage 2026. This one is a pageant, but it doesn't just
Hmm.
showcase Filipino pageantry or our culture, but also we encourage other cultures. Like if you see there Koreans, Indians, all others. That way we can have a vibrant, culture.
Inclusive
Um,
event.
Very
Yes.
inclusive. Yes, yes.
All right. Thank you,
We have
Joy,
that.
for sharing that. Now we want to know what's going to happen. I know there's a lot of things happening in Greater San Antonio. So, Krista,
All right. Yeah, Chanel is so big on workshops. I love it. So tomorrow we are hosting that Finance and Friends social night. That's going to be May 7th. Oh, okay. So
Yeah, go ahead.
yes, May 3rd. So the group recently had the ribbon cutting. I think it's the new store here in San Antonio. So congratulations. That took place on the 3rd. So tomorrow, the 7th, there's the Finance and Friends social night. The May 8th, I'm supposed to be hosting that, but the turnout is not as, I mean, very poor. So we're shifting it to a webinar instead. And I'll be
Mm.
hosting that. May 9th and the
I think you
20th.
have a flyer for that. Is this the one you're talking about?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the one. Yes, but we're going to turn this into a webinar instead.
And then
The
there's the home buyers workshop.
Yes, that's going to be on the 16th of May. Let's see. Hosted by Willie Davis.
That's right. So if they have any questions about the events, they just need to reach out, find them in their Facebook page or their website. So, yep.
Yes.
Thank you, Krista. And now, of course, what's going on in Austin? Let's call Chris.
Okay, so I did not share my flyer. Okay. Oh,
This,
here
yeah,
it is.
flyers here. Yeah.
So, I'm just like searching it here. In May, I think it's like I don't know what is that. What should
This
they
is
have?
May 8th. This is going to be on Friday.
Yeah, they have in May 8th. What is that? The new conversation, new opportunities.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like it happens. I think it's like
Is it a
every.
monthly?
Yeah,
I
I
think it's
think
a
so.
regular
It's just
thing.
kind of
Yeah.
like a collaboration, like professionals talk. It's kind of like talking, like helping each other, networking. But it's right here in front of me. It's on May 23rd. It is also another networking, but the big one is um on the 30th. There is the in the San Gabriel River Brewery
Ooh, this
here
is
in
a
Liberty
Buddha
Hill,
fight.
Texas. It's May 30th, and it is boodle fight. So
Yay.
food. Yeah.
Eat. We're eating a lot. A lot. All right. So that's what we do, right? Filipinos, when
Yeah.
we get together, we do business or whatever, we eat
with
a lot.
food.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing. And also, just so we can also ask everybody to save the date. Our state annual state gala is going to happen in McAllen, hosted by our Rio Grande Valley region. Save the date. That's October 10. All right. Is there anything else we need to announce? Did we miss anything? Of course, we also support some other organizations, and I think we have here an event that our Greater San Antonio region supports. So you want to talk about this, Krista?
Yes, ma'am. So that's the annual gala that's going to take place on the 13th of June. This is hosted by OFT, Organization of Filipinos in Texas, and it's gonna be at the Marriott Northwest, 6:30 p.m. June 13th. Looking forward to that.
All right. Wow. Look at that. It's already 8 o'clock. And so, everybody, we are now closing our live stream and podcast for this month. We are going to see you next month. Again, we are live every first Wednesday of the month. 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time. That'll be Thursday in the Philippines, 9 a.m. And if you missed the live show, you can always watch it recorded in our YouTube channel, YouTube and Facebook of the Filipino-American Chamber of Commerce and also of Lawin Media Network. And so let's see, I'd like to thank all our panelists today. Since we're running out of time, just give us 3 words to remember before we say bye to all of them and see them next month. So, Rob, any last 3 words?
Um, that's 4. Be proud of yourself.
Your excuse. All right. How about Chris? Chris,
Which Chris? Me?
that's you.
Okay. Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself. How about Jay, Pastor Jay?
Mabuhay kayong lahat.
All right, awesome. And
Good.
Chris and Krista.
Be grateful every day.
Be grateful every day. Enjoy.
We are blessed.
That's right. And that's a wrap. Everybody, thank you so much. This has been an inspiring podcast. And please follow us and subscribe. Filipino-American Chamber of Commerce of Texas Facebook page and YouTube channel. Thank you, Lawin Media Network. Don't forget, every first Wednesday of the month, we'll see you next month of June. So until next time, keep building, keep rising, and keep thriving. Mabuhay tayong lahat. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you.